Welcome to your General Health and Safety Induction. This video will cover some of the most important aspects of health and safety that you should be aware of. You must thoroughly read all of your employee handbook and ensure you know and understand all of the safety requirements in it. As an employee, you have legal duties under health and safety legislation. These include complying with the company's health and safety policies, working safely at all times, following correct hazard and accident procedures, wearing PPE, operating machinery in a safe manner, keeping your work area tidy, not misusing equipment and cooperating with management. You must take care of your own health and safety and be sure that your actions do not endanger anyone else. You should take a proactive part in the company's health and safety program. Gilbert Sheet Metals has a health and safety committee which meets every other month. The committee is made up of one representative from each department and one director. If you have any health safety concerns or questions, you can raise them with your department's committee member. You will be advised who this person is as part of your induction. Currently, the company operates in two buildings, 40 and 41B Cartwright Road. Each building has two first aiders and two emergency wardens. These people are trained to be responsible for dealing with emergency situations. You'll be advised who these people are as part of your induction. Make sure you know who these people are in your department and follow the guidance in case of emergency. There are two types of accident, those that hurt someone and those that hurt something. If someone is hurt, this is called an accident. If something is hurt, this is called a near miss. If any accidents happen where someone is hurt, do not try to carry out first aid yourself. Notify your department's first aider immediately. All types of accidents must be reported to the department manager. If you are hurt, he or she will complete an accident report with you and submit it to the health and safety manager. If something is hurt, he/she will ask you to complete a near miss form and give it back to them. Once the form has been completed, the cause of the accident will be investigated and controls put in place if appropriate. Emergencies include fires, floods, earthquakes, or other hazardous events. You must know where fire extinguishers and exits are located wherever you work. You will be trained on the basic use of a fire extinguisher. In any emergency, the building will be evacuated. If this happens, you must turn off any machine or power tool you are using, put it out of the way quickly and safely, and exit the building through the nearest exit. The assembly point is on the grass outside 38 Cartwright Road. All visitors to the company are required to report to the office and complete the visitor register and, if necessary, collect personal protective equipment. If you notice any person not employed by the company wandering in the production areas, please ask them to leave straight away and escort them to the front office or production office. The hazard control procedure is very simple. If you see something that is dangerous and you can fix it immediately, fix it. If you cannot fix it, tell your manager. Your manager will ask you to complete a hazard ID, which will then follow up by completing a risk assessment and putting controls in place. For more information, please read the hazard control procedure in your employee handbook. There are many hazards in this workplace that you must be constantly aware of. These include loud noise. You must always wear hearing protection in the workshop areas. General mess. Housekeeping is the responsibility of all staff. Do not leave offcuts of metal lying anywhere. Areas around machines should be kept tidy. Power cords should be wound up after use. Access ways should be kept clear. Spillages should be mopped up immediately. Lunchrooms and toilet areas should be kept tidy. All rubbish should be disposed of immediately in the bins provided. Lifting and manual handling. Back injury is one of the most common hazards in this industry. You must read and know the company's manual handling policy, which is in your employee handbook. You will be provided additional training on this. You must not lift more than 25 kilos alone. You must wear gloves when handling materials and tools unless otherwise specifically told not to. You must not lift or handle items that are beyond your strength. Ask for help from your workmates with heavy or awkward items. Ensure you use safe lifting techniques. When lifting as a team, one person will be the team leader and will instruct the other team members when and how to lift. Electrical. Never tamper with electrical tools, machines, or electronics of any kind. Check all leads and plugs for faults and test tags before use. Ensure power leads do not create a trip hazard. Hazardous substances. Make sure you have read and know the company's hazardous goods safe operating procedure. Always put paints, thinners, and other hazardous substances back into the hazardous goods store after use. Ensure you have read any relevant material safety data sheets. Machinery. Never use any machine that you have not been signed off as a competent to use by your manager. Competency training is conducted before you first use a machine. After this, your competency will be assessed every 6 months. Never remove any guards from any machines you use. Ensure any available guards are in place while you use the machine. Make sure you have read and know the safe operating procedure for the machine you are using. These are attached to the machine if it is large or on the wall in every welding bay for smaller machines. Stacking and storage. Raw materials and finished products must be stacked and stored safely and in the correct location. Do not try to move anything that is more than 25 kilos. If you need help, ask a colleague or your manager. Welding and gas cutting. All gas bottles must be upright and secured to stand or wall. Screens or welding curtains must be used. No flammable substances should be within the working area. Wear all appropriate PPE. Know where the nearest fire extinguisher is. Turn off the gas bottle when not in use. Forklift. We have a large forklift that operates inside both workshops, up and down the driveway, and backwards and forwards across the road. You must be aware of this at all times. No one other than the designated forklift driver or department managers may operate the forklift. You must wait until you get a thumbs up from the forklift operator that he has seen you before walking in front or behind the forklift. Working alone. It is rare that you might be working in the workshop or on site alone. If this is the case, you'll be monitored regularly by your manager to ensure safety. You will be provided with all equipment for your personal protection in your work by the company. When issued, the use of PP is compulsory. This includes overalls, hearing protection, eye protection, safety footwear, face shields, filter masks, and gloves. You are expected to provide your own safety footwear when you first start. After 6 months of employment, the company will replace any footwear which is no longer fit for purpose. Make sure you read and understand the company's work boots policy in your employee handbook. You are expected to provide your own welding helmet. If you are required to use any equipment in the course of your work, you are to ensure that it is safe and fit for use, and that you have been trained in its safe use. If you are unsure, you must request assistance from your supervisor. You are required to complete a regular training program depending on your role in the company. We use a program called Safety Hub, which delivers video training. You will be required to complete video training courses on a regular basis. Depending on the type of video, this training is repeated either every 6 months or every year. You may also receive training directly from your manager. You may be sent for training with external providers. You must not use any machinery or equipment that you have not been trained on and signed off to use by your supervisor. Safe operating procedures, safe handling, and all other operating procedures must be followed at all times. Gilbert Sheet Metal is committed to ensuring the health, safety and well-being of every staff member. Due to the nature of the work being completed, we have identified that drugs and alcohol are a serious hazard and must be controlled. All staff are required to be drug and alcohol free while at work. You must not come to work under the influence of alcohol or non-prescribed drugs. If we have reasonable grounds to believe you are under the influence, you may be required to stop work, undergo medical examination and testing, and not report to work until you are certified fit to work. Employees must inform their supervisors if they are taking medication which has been recommended by a medical practitioner and which may have side effects that could affect their ability to perform assigned duties in a safe manner. The purpose of the entire health and safety program is for the company to keep you safe and to keep your workmates safe. It is our first priority. Make sure you know what you need to do and that you do it. If you are ever unsure, ask your manager.